Okay, so this is my reality at the moment. Um, I'm a pretty private person. I don't share a lot about myself, even though I'm all over the internet. Like I write blogs and podcasts and all of these things. I think I've done a pretty good job of keeping the essence of myself pretty private. But I think it's time to kind of begin to open up and share some things to try to make this world a different place. Because what I see is not good. So this should have been chapter 3 in this book. It's not going to be. It's going to be something a little bit different. And this is a video that I wanted to make my entire life. Well, since 2014 at least, since I published this book. And I've just wanted to explain why I actually wrote the book and what the meaning behind it is and what the kind of genesis and what I was trying to do in writing it. And it all started with the Arab Spring. I think it was 2013, maybe 2012. I'm not sure exactly of the date, but I was just looking at what was happening. I was focused on Egypt and what was happening on Egypt. And I couldn't understand as a Westerner how people could wake up in the morning and kiss their wives, their girlfriends, their kids, their loved ones, whoever they might be, in the morning and tell them goodbye and walk out into the street knowing that they might not return. Actually, knowing that there was a pretty good probability that they might not return home to tuck their kids into bed, to kiss their loved ones goodbye. And I just couldn't understand that. It didn't make sense to me. I looked at myself and I said, Highland, you don't have that strength. Like, I don't know where that comes from. And I just wanted to try and explain, like, how somebody in that position could do that and give myself an explanation of why I thought I couldn't do it. And that really was what I was thinking about the whole time that I was writing this book. And I've never ever really spoken this out loud. I might have mentioned this on the podcast or whatever, but I tend to understate things and not state things as forcefully as I would like to a lot of the times. I try to stay in the background and not cause too many ripples. But I think at this time, I am ready to state things pretty firmly and back it up. And if anyone wants to challenge or whatever, that's fine. I have no problem admitting if I'm wrong, but I also think that I have some ideas that can revolutionize things. And that's the whole essence of this book. But in writing this book, I wanted to explain why human beings do the things that they do, why they think the things that they do, how they can wake up in the morning and walk into the street with the full idea that they may not return home, that they may be kissing their loved ones goodbye for the last time. And I think that's super relevant in the world that we're living in today, especially here in America, especially in Minneapolis, where I'm currently living. And I'm seeing everything that's going on, and I just see the divide between people getting further and further and further, and the consequences getting more and more significant, and the kind of animosity between the two ideologies just getting more and more severe and without any real progress towards trying to understand each other or trying to understand how others may think or how others may act. And if there's not any movement towards the center, away from such extremes of ideology and thinking, and just a movement towards understanding, even if you don't agree with others, how they may come to those thoughts and those ideas and take those actions, it's going to get bad. It's going to get real bad, real quick. And I'm worried. And I just want, I feel really conflicted because I'm not a self hype man at all. But I will say this, the whole reason that I'm doing this whole project is because I really do think that the words and ideas in this book will give you a better understanding of how you think, of how you act, of how you personally come to your own conclusions and final actions and kind of the process of how you get there. But it will also give you a better understanding and a better idea and just more compassion about how others also get to their own conclusions and their own actions and why they do the things that they do and say the things that they say. And I think in the world today, there's nothing more important, nothing more urgent. And yeah, I feel really awkward saying those things, but I just, it, if you want to work towards any sort of resolution, any sort of coming together, any sort of a collaboration, a cooperation to save this country and kind of save the world in a general sense, I think spending some time thinking about these thoughts, thinking about what's presented in this book and what's presented in these videos, and like challenging me, challenging yourself, just putting in some thought, putting in some effort into trying to understand yourself and trying to understand others in the world just a little bit better in order to create some sort of working solution is very, very valuable and very, very necessary. And yeah, that's it. I just want people to be good. What I'm seeing is heartbreaking. All right. Be good, be kind, do some nice things for others, take care of each other. God bless. Make this world a better place. Take care.